You did a good job with your enema.
Critical moment and awesome.
Oh, there we are. Welcome back, everyone, to a Critical Moment of Awesome, the podcast where nothing happens. So I'm your host, Francis, a.k.a. the other guy, and right over there,
Hi, Francis.
Dave the drummer. Hi, Dave. How's it going?
That was a really abrupt end to the theme tune.
Here it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's playing very softly.
there.
It's still there. It's just playing softly in the background. How's it going, man? How's it been?
Pretty great. Well, actually, it started off good and then it got shitty.
Oh, what happened? Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, I went to see Black Sabbath, which was totally cool. That was the good bit.
Yeah.
And then I got a cold.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just recovering today.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad that at least it's not one of those things that's lasting forever. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done a show today. Oh, that would have been really funny.
Okay.
Speaking of funny, we're gonna start off this whole thing with a voicemail that I neglected last week because I'm just that kind of person who neglects voicemails that we get on our.
Even after you begging for them to be sent in.
That's the funny thing is, I beg for a voicemail, and what do? I just actively forget that it even exists when I get one. So lo and behold, I'm a horrible human being. But
Bad form.
yeah, but here we go. We're gonna play it right now for you all, and let's see what it is.
Hey, Critmo, how you doing? Anyway, what I meant to tell you was my great-great-great-great-grandfather, what he said was, the wise warrior does not take, oh, God. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that burrito. Bessie, bring the mop. Oh, God.
Wow. Well, I guess the world will never know.
No. That's what his grandfather said.
Oh, to get the mop. Oh.
Yeah, he said that I shouldn't have eaten that burrito.
Oh.
Betsy, get them up.
Oh. I, as a fan of burritos,
And Betsy getting them up.
and Betsy getting the mop. That was the name of my old car, Betsy.
Getting them up.
Yes.
It's funny because that used to be the name of my my white nationalist prog rock band.
Oh, really? Get the mop.
Yeah, Betsy, get them up.
Betsy, get the mop. Yeah, I like it. Well, there you go. Thank you. Thanks, Tommy, for that voicemail. And I appreciate what your grandfather said. It's wise words indeed. Wise words.
I shouldn't have eaten that burrito. What's your favorite thing to have in a burrito? Mine is food.
Yeah, food is usually pretty good. I don't know, because today, because I get to drive around a lot to different various places, I get to also try new and exquisite restaurants. And one I went to was specifically a hot dog restaurant. It's known for their wieners. And
So I had a big tasty wiener in your mouth?
well, no, it was a fairly surprisingly small wiener.
Oh, so you had a small tasty wiener in your
I had
mouth?
a small tasty wiener in my mouth.
Well, you turned it from, kind of a bit, oh, it's a bit giddy, we're being a bit naughty, to perverted.
Oh, yes.
Dirty bastard.
Anyway,
So
speaking
how was your week?
fine.
How was this tiny hot dog you ate?
I don't know anymore. All I know is that one thing that I weirdly remember, because I've been debating on whether or not to get rid of Geek Love Radio as kind of an archived thing. I've been debating on whether or not I should just dump it, but people still.
I mean, like get on the Libsyn?
Yeah.
Or just delete everything of it forever?
No, just off the Libsyn.
Okay.
And I remember we used to request people to send us pictures of their penis. to go to you.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
And never
right.
happened.
I know.
You'd think, like...
Well, to be fair, the only reason we did that was because it made our request for tits
much more
seem
acceptable.
less weird.
Yeah, it was a much more acceptable
Whereas
thing.
now we're older and we're wiser, and we probably don't care as much about what people think.
Yeah.
So send us your boobies in the mail.
Sure. Yeah. Just cut them off, mail them to us.
Slice them off.
Yeah.
You can. We call that pulling a what's the name of Brad Pitt's wife?
Pulling an Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, we call that pulling a Jolie.
Or
when you slice your tits off for no good reason.
Yeah. Or a Gallagher. Either way.
A Gallagher. Yeah. Why? The comedian?
Yeah, because he smashes watermelons and really. You know.
The whack-o-matic or whatever it's called. Pulling. No, you see, it's when like what we do in our off time is called pulling a Gallagher, because we're like whack-o-matic.
You know, but this is weird. I'm actually being very serious about this. You know, we had female co-hosts on the show. And you'd think like dudes are so eager to kind of show off what they have. I'm really in shock.
No,
oh, come on. Yeah, they are.
Not their penises.
Sure.
Oh, like people either with the with the fetish for flashing, like exposing themselves, or dudes with like crazy big dicks.
Well,
like John Holmes level big dick. I believe everyone now these days, everyone has these days a below average size dick. Apparently, everyone has lied about the size of their dick. Now, everyone's dick is the length of a Humvee.
Well, yeah.
So everyone's too afraid to show off their penis.
I guess, you know. Look, I've never denied.
His penises look weird.
They do. They're strange. They're strange thingies.
Yes, they are. But boobs look great.
Oh yeah,
like,
they're great.
Even bad boobs.
Oh no. Let's not go too far here. There are such things as bad boobs. I have to admit. Yeah. Like
describe them.
Hairy. Like really hairy boobs.
I can snuggle up to them, you know? Like I snuggle up to my dog. He's hairy.
Oh jeez. Anyway. So yeah, I only bring this up because I listen to these other podcasts, and apparently, they complain about getting dick pics all the time, and I'm like, you're dudes. Why are dudes sending you dick pics? Like, that's weird. So, like, we actually asked for them, and no one said. I was like, we actually went out of our way to request them, and we didn't get any.
Well, what was weird, and we didn't take advantage of foolishly, was that we actually had a fairly sizable female listenership.
We did. Oh well, yeah, we didn't. I see where you're going. Yeah, we didn't go the other way. That's true. We were too busy asking. Well,
so we should have done we should have been like, well, maybe the problem is you. How about you show us your boobs? We'll tell you if they're what they are on our scale, and then you can feel better about yourself.
But we were being. And I use the term
stupid. No, naive. Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm going to use this term very loosely. We were trying to be funny, and it backfired because nothing ever happened from that quote unquote comedy that we were doing with our quote unquote podcast.
With our quote unquote pod quote unquote cast.
Look, I can't take anything we do ever seriously. You know what I mean? Like, half the things that we do is nonsense, which is why I was disappointed to hear that when people don't ask for something, they get it. But when people ask for something, apparently they get shy. So I won't request. Look, I'm not requesting this at all. I'm not requesting this. So don't give it to me. Just don't. I'm not requesting money in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Just, if you go to I mean, it's on the website. I think it's on the website. Do we still have the old PayPal link?
I don't know.
I don't know. We have a PayPal link somewhere. Don't go to that PayPal link and don't send anything. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, the first person to send me pictures of their delicious naked breasts I'm sicking the police on them.
Really? That's your threat?
Yeah.
That's your...
Yep. No, I'm going to get the police involved if they send me full frontal nudity shots of their female bodies.
Yeah. Don't do any of that
I
stuff.
will get the police involved. Don't do it.
Don't send anything to daveofglar@gmail.com. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
And you know what? In fact, you should turn off this podcast. You should never listen to it again. In fact, don't tell anyone ever about our website, sinceresarcasm.net.
No.
Or the show, criticalmomentofawesome.com. Right. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Critical
Moment of Awesome podcast.
Yeah. Don't send anything to critmo@mail.com. Don't do it.
The other good show, which also you shouldn't listen to, just completely uncalled for. Don't listen to that either.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't send him. Yeah, whatever you do. Now, you think my threat was bad? If you send pictures of your delicious naked breasts to Tommy of Just Completely Uncalled For, which you shouldn't listen to.
Yeah, at heydickface@mail.com.
Yeah, at heydickface@mail.com. If you send your delicious naked breasts to Tommy at heydickface@mail.com, he won't just get the police involved. You're gonna have he's part of a militia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you keep using? Why is your descriptor delicious? Are you gonna eat them?
Like, you not find breasts delicious?
No, it sounds.
You don't like to suckle on some breasts?
Why are we talking about? How did it? Oh, it's my fault. I know it's my fault. I realize I brought it up. I realize I brought this whole thing up, and I apologize. But don't do any of that stuff. Really,
let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. Here's a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Is the C or the K in Rick silent?
It's actually the H.
The H.
Yeah. The H is silent.
Well, yeah, that was a stupid question in retrospect.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to ask here, but it's the H. Come on, Dave. I thought better of you up until now.
Yeah, I feel foolish.
Why are you?
I actually learned that in the Philippines, your parents' country of origin,
yes,
they bury people like in a high rise, one on top of the other.
Well,
on the side of fucking mountains and hills and shit.
Very limited space there.
No, I think that is one of the best ideas I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't hear it because I rant about this to my wife.
Okay.
But like, why are people buried the way they are?
I bet it was a superstitious thing.
Like,
you know.
Yeah, but now we're all not idiots for the most
part.
Like, like we should be buried. Like, did you know that in Manila there are cemeteries where living people live because they're running out of space?
Oh yeah, I was there. I that doesn't shock me. That's you're talking about a third world country,
And like you get 5 years maximum when you're dead in your grave.
And then they take you out and chuck you.
When you're completely true. When your 5 years are up, you're fucking out of there.
All right.
And if your family isn't there to pick your dead corpse up, You're going in a plastic bag. All your dead bones and bits of fucking hair and shit. They're going in a plastic bag next to the hole they just dug you out of until your family comes to get you back.
I mean,
I have always thought we should bury, if we're going to bury our dead, I don't think we should, but if we're going to, vertical. Okay? Vertical.
I still think cremation is the way to go. Like, just turn yourself into like a little, pile of ash.
Well, that raises the whole, global warming, climate change thing,
Can I just...
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Here's what I think. Just toss it into a forest.
No. Like that weird weird suicide forest in Japan.
The suicide forest?
Ugh.
No, because people go there to kill themselves.
Yeah,
You're
but I mean,
already dead when you get tossed into the
look,
forest.
it saves you the trouble of burying them, right? Because they're already hanging from trees and stuff. Like, that's...
Like nature.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, but that's the thing. Those people that knock themselves off, hang themselves from a tree, not only are they still in their clothes, so they're going to decompose. It's going to be a fucking pile of clothes littering the area. Brilliant. Yeah, that's great. That's just what we need. More litter. Not only is their clothes there, but now there's a bit of fucking rope hanging from the tree. That's even more littering.
That's biodegradable.
They couldn't have even had the decency.
It's biodegradable.
Francis.
Anyway,
they probably use that fancy rope that they get from Home Store and More or something.
Yeah,
like it's made of plastic. That shit never biodegrades. They don't even have the decency to just cut their wrist with a piece of bark.
Oh God,
or something, or a thorn.
I'm gonna say
stab themselves in the jugular with a thorn or something. They use a rope. Now that's hanging off a tree. It's probably going to choke that tree. That tree's branch, the tree's going to fall off. Well done. You've maimed a piece of nature, you fucking selfish prick. You can kill yourself until the cows come home. I don't care. Less people, the merrier. But you don't get to hurt a tree. So what I'm thinking is...
Oh, God, yeah.
When you die,
yeah,
stripped naked, tossed into the forest where wild animals live. They get to have a bit of a munch.
Yeah.
They get their dinner. It's fine. You get to become more nature.
Right.
Then, you get shat out.
Here's the thing.
And bits of grass growing.
Here's the thing. I don't want wild animals getting used to the taste of human flesh. You know what I mean? Because then they're going to seek it out. As oh, this is delicious.
No,
I want more.
They get used to the taste of dead flesh.
No, but,
Not only that, but also this dead flesh doesn't fight back. I mean, do you know why they bury the dead the way they do in the Philippines? It's not for a lack of space. Do you know the real reason?
What's the real reason?
Stop wild dogs digging up the dead people and eating them.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, they don't eat the live people. They eat the ones that are really easy to get to. The dead ones.
Oh, God. Anyway, so you took me, speaking of dead, you took me to what you and your wife mentioned was a historical grave area, I think. Right?
Yeah, well, there's a few.
Yeah, because there were people from, hundreds of thousands, or maybe not hundreds of thousands, but
hundreds of thousands. Yeah, there were people from epochs ago.
Yeah.
There were people there so old they'd even been born yet.
Right. And it was a very...
That's how old this cemetery was. The Big Bang was buried in this cemetery.
So it was a really interesting little area. It was just like a little enclosure. There wasn't...
is it the one around by where I live?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It was a little enclosure. It had some plots and things, but there wasn't an office where you can go and be like, "I'd like to be buried here. Thank you. Can I please be buried over here? Thank you." I went to probably the nicest cemetery the other day to as part of my job. I went there.
So I was going to say that sounds so goth.
But it was beautiful. It's called Forest Lawn. It is the most beautiful place. I wanted to stay. It was so nice. And they have museums and they have works of art that you can take a tour of. I was like, this is not... Who does this at a cemetery? Cemetery is a solemn place. But it was hey, you want a guided tour of this fancy schmancy Last Supper? over here.
You have
that
like
we haven't-
Bing Crosby tribute acts playing.
Yeah, yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
L is for the way you look at me as you're going down the mausoleums.
Yeah, I mean, like it was pretty weird. Like it was really, really out there. But I was fascinated. I was like, hey, this is really cool. Like I wanted to go back, but I don't know. I was going to ask, do you have cemeteries like that in Ireland, where it's all fancy and stuff?
No, I mean we don't really have anything like that in Ireland.
You mean you don't have a cemetery / like amusement park in Ireland? No space. I mean, why not? Out of curiosity.
I call that dead.
All that dead weight.
No, I mean like there is an area in Dublin which used to be a cemetery.
Oh.
Now get this. This is actually a very funny thing. It's
Okay.
completely true.
Hit me.
It used to be a cemetery, but they dug it up and they turned it into a public space for sitting down.
Wait, but are the graves still there? Are they?
The headstones are leaning against the wall, waiting to be picked up by the family members.
So wait a minute. So the bodies are still there, but
No, the bodies were taken away.
Oh, okay.
For repurposing, I don't know. but the headstones are just leaning against the wall, like in a library.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's weird.
Only, you can't, like, they're just waiting for family members to come along and just take them. But the thing is, these graves are like fucking 800 years old.
Wow.
So what you gonna do with them,
I guess look at them. I don't know. I mean, frame them?
Not very much with them, really.
Can you frame them and like hang them on a wall or something? Like I don't know.
They're quite heavy. I mean, they're made of rocks.
Oh hell yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I find I don't know. I find all this stuff weird. I just want to say, speaking of death, I just want to bring this up because it lets you know when we're recording. But today, Mary Tyler Moore died.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we were recently talking about like the best female comedian-esque people. Comedian-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here
Best
we go.
funny ladies.
The best funny ladies, yeah, and there we go. 80 years old. That's not that old.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, she had it coming.
oh,
I mean, she's fucking 80.
yeah. I mean,
You know what I mean?
80 is now considered not. I mean, it's considered old, but not.
It's pretty old.
Yeah.
My wife actually mentioned it to me today.
Mhm.
Mary Tyler Moore died. I was like, oh, well, there you go. Man, she was quite old. She said, yeah, I suppose she was. Like, she was surprised that an old person had died.
Yeah. Well, look, Dick Van
It's
Dyke
like,
is still
wow,
alive.
did you hear Jack Carter died? Jack Carter's dead. Yeah, he was 120 years old. I'm amazed he was alive for that long. Like, how is anyone surprised that Jack Carter died?
But you know what people are saying?
He was 120 years old when time was invented.
Well, but you know what people are saying now, right? The curse of 2016 has moved on to 2017.
Oh, jeez. It's almost like the passage of time waits for no one.
Right? Like, look, Dick Van Dyke is still alive, so that's good. We need him to reprise his role in Mary Poppins. But Mary Tyler Moore, that's upsetting. I mean, that's sad.
Well, I mean, like, does he have to do the accent?
The question is, at 91, can he still do the Cockney accent?
Well, he couldn't do the Cockney accent even at the time.
Well, that's true, but I mean, look.
I say that, but I actually do like. I really like Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke Show. I actually have that on DVD.
No, he's great. I like a lot of his stuff he's in. A lot of his films back in the day. Great.
He had
good stuff.
no singing or dancing training.
Oh, he was self-taught.
Yeah, completely self-taught how to dance and how to sing.
Oh, that's impressive.
Fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Like he taught himself how to tap dance.
The question you have to ask yourself when he became a detective / doctor in diagnosis murder.
Yep.
I wonder if he taught himself how to become a doctor.
He did, yeah. Well, he taught himself how to cut people up.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Who would solve... This is a game I like to play.
Go ahead.
Who would solve the crime quicker? Him or Quincy?
Well, Quincy was a private investigator, wasn't he? He wasn't even like a real detective.
He was a forensics.
Oh, was he forensic? Oh, right. You're right. Because is it Quincy MD? Isn't that the name of the show? Yeah. God, that's a good question.
Which have you seen more of, actually? Before we get to
Neither.
that?
Really? I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of both, but I haven't seen an entire episode of either.
Gosh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Diagnosis Murder is on every day over here. There's like 4 episodes.
Is it on
every
right
day.
after Judge Judy? Is that why you see it? Because it's right after Judge Judy?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
But it is on after Columbo.
Oh. Well, yeah, Columbo. See, he's the guy who'd figure it out faster than those two put together.
Yeah, but that wasn't the question because Columbo isn't a medical person.
I guess
Then it would be like Columbo or Barnaby Jones from Midsummer Murders.
I would say Quincy because he's dealing with them after the fact, so he gets to diagnose the murder. Like that's what his job is diagnosing the murder. While wasn't
literally diagnosing. So his job is doing the name of the other show.
Yes. Because what did Dick Van Dyke do in that show? He was like a general, like he was just a regular doctor, wasn't he?
He hung out with his son.
Yeah, right.
He was a pediatrician, I think, or something.
Right.
You know what? He wasn't actually a real doctor. You know, it was a chiropractor.
Right. Oh.
He was a doctor. He was a doctor of jokes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's poor guy. He solved so many murders. Poor Dr. Dick.
Yeah.
Or whatever his name was in the show.
Dictor.
So according to him, okay, so Dr. Mark Sloan is a doctor at Community
Mark
General
Sloan.
Hospital, and he is a consultant for the police.
His actual son was the police guy, I believe. That was his
actual son? Oh. Let's see. You're right. Barry Van Dyke played the son. So yeah. Barry. All right. So
it's not a very rock and roll name, is it?
Not
like
really.
For a cool or like Miami Vice era.
Well, no, that's his
character Barry.
Well, no, that's his real name is Barry.
Yeah, I know, but you have people back then, that had names like Nash.
Oh yeah.
And then Barry.
Barry.
It's like my name is Max Power. I'm Donovan Steele. I'm Barry. I'm Barry Van Dyke.
Yeah, poor guy. Yeah, no, that's why they changed his name to Steve Sloan. Now
that's cool.
Yeah. So he and his father, along with the emergency room resident, Dr. Jesse Travis, and Dr. Amanda Bentley, who was the pathologist at the hospital, helped to solve some very strange murder cases in Diagnosis Murder. Oh. All right. So there was 4 of them at all times solving murders like you do. Good for them. I'm glad. I'm glad they're solving murders and healing the sick as you ought to when being a doctor and solving crimes.
Solving murders and helping people who were almost murdered.
Right.
Have you? Do you like sort of crime shows?
Really, the only crime show depends on what you mean. Like I watched a lot of weird crime shows.
Like what? Diagnosis Rape?
No, I remember as a kid, weirdly enough, but it's probably because my parents watched it. It was probably because they did. But like Murder, She Wrote, I remember watching.
Oh yeah, Angela Lansbury. She lives in Ireland now. Actually, she's retired in Ireland.
Oh really? She's ready to. She's like 99.
Yeah. I mean, when she croaks, everyone will be like, "Wow, did you hear Angela Lansbury died?" I was like, "Yeah, she was about 200 years old."
Right.
Like, she got to solve her own murder. Oh, it wasn't murder after all. She was just old.
Oh, poor Angela Lansbury. She has to reprise her role.
Angela Oldsbury, more like, because she's old.
Oh, Burry. She has to reprise her role as Mrs. Potts.
Gonna have to Angela Lansbury her in the floor because she's dead now because she died of old age.
All right, Quincy here.
But we're gonna bury her. Vertically to save space.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh,
I just toss her to the deer to snack on.
Oh,
the deer, they've gone carnivorous.
Here we
go.
All
these dead corpses littering the area.
See, this is why Dr. Mark Sloan will beat out Quincy and me here. Quincy and Sam are working as coroners. Inspecting dead people, they often see facts that don't match the theories of the police. How or if really they were murdered. How or if they were really murdered? Like, so half the time it was just an accident and they're like, ha, gotcha.
Oh, how do we ever know that this guy just had a tin of paint fall on his head?
Oh, or it was like natural causes. Ha! It was old age.
A tin of paint naturally fell on his head.
Well, look, like, so here's an episode. So, for instance, an episode of
as tins of paint are wont to.
Here's an episode of Diagnosis Murders. Somebody dies. They check the body out. They find out the murderer. In Quincy, the body comes in. They look at it. They shrug. Like, I guess.
It's like, well, guess he's dead. Like, they bring him in. It's like, it's a corpse. I can't do anything with this. Right. What do you want from me? I'm a doctor, not a fucking murder worker.
Like, where's his head? Don't worry about it.
Oh man, you asked me where it was hit by a tin of paint.
Right. It was all natural.
Everywhere.
All natural causes.
Completely natural. It was just naturally just. I mean, that's what happens when your head is hit by a tin of paint. It naturally explodes.
So, there you have.
Oh God, you're looking. What? Okay, you bringing him to me. I'm a forensics official. He's dead. You're wanting to go to the church down the road.
Yeah, to Angela Lansbury.
Have a nice forest there. You can leave him to be eaten by squirrels.
Yeah, they need a crime show set at a cemetery where, right when they're about to bury the body, they try to figure out what happened.
So it hasn't been talked about. Just someone dies, they bring him to the cemetery, try to bury him as quickly as possible.
But this,
That's how it happens.
So wait a minute. No. So the other thing about Quincy, though, I realize. So what if they really weren't murdered? Does that mean they were alive when they made it into the ME's office? They're like, wait a minute, this person is still alive.
They were like, listen, I'm gonna be murdered soon, so I thought I'd better come here for when it happens. It's gonna be like horrifically maimed. The best place to do it is at a hospital.
Right.
It's like when a mechanic's car breaks down. Really handy.
It's like, what are you doing in here, sir? You're in a coroner's office. I'm about to die. Oh man! So Quincy loses. You're right. Dr. Sloan wins. So that answers your question. Oh my God!
who would finish the case faster?
What?
Uh,
Oh well.
Angela Lansbury or
mhm.
Mrs. Columbo?
Wait, there was a Mrs. Columbo?
Yeah, there was a television show of Mrs. Columbo. Yeah,
No way! I gotta look this up because I didn't know that. Was it called
there was
Mrs.
only,
Columbo?
like, it actually was called Miss Columbo. Yes.
Oh my god! It was a movie, right?
No,
No.
it was like a miniseries. It was like a series. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see, Mrs. Columbo. Oh, you're right. There were 2 seasons. This was from 1979 to 1980.
Yeah.
It's
There
called
was only
Mrs.
like fucking 8 episodes or something.
Oh, two seasons. There's 13 episodes total.
Oh wow.
So Mrs. Kate Columbo, wife of the famous lieutenant, solves crimes as a reporter while raising her little daughter.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Do you know who it was?
I can't remember. I remember watching it as a kid. but,
Captain
like, I haven't-
Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, was... Yeah, she was Mrs. Columbo. Oh, that's cool.
It's,
Oh, wow. All right, I'm down with that. I'm actually down with that. That's cool.
So would Angela Lansbury solve it, or would Miss Columbo the crime? Say-
How old is Angela Lansbury?
They're both in their prime.
Okay. Oh, well, look, Angela Lansbury. Okay, so I don't remember what was her name in Murder She Wrote. Do you remember?
It was. I actually should know it, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a pretty. I should know it too.
Jessica something.
Yeah, you're right, Jessica. Jessica, what the hell was her name?
Love Hewitt.
Fletcher. Jessica
Fletcher.
Yeah, she kind of. Well, she was kind of the like the Nancy. No, is it Nancy? It would be Nancy Drew or no.
Nancy Drew was like a girl reporter, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah,
Nancy
you're
Drew,
right.
reporter. Jessica Fletcher was a crime writer. She was like she wrote novels.
That's
novels.
well, yeah. So I would say she. You know what? I would. In all seriousness, I think it would be Jessica Fletcher because it. I mean, it was tough because in the Mrs. Columbo, she was a reporter. She was the reporter in between the two of them. So yeah, that's tough because they both kind of do the same thing. They write about it.
Yeah. Well, I have a very clear, very definitive answer.
Okay, give it to me.
First off, Miss Columbo. Well, I'm gonna say straight out, and then I'm gonna tell you my reasoning. Jessica Fletcher wins. She finishes it first, and here's my reasoning. So Miss Columbo, just because her husband is a detective doesn't make her a great detective.
True. Yeah.
I mean, would you let your surgeon's spouse operate on you because they're married to a surgeon?
Okay, well, according to this, though, she was as good as her husband.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. Would you want Ivanka Trump to be the next president because she's married to the president?
Well,
no, it's terrible reasoning, isn't it?
Okay.
My second point.
Yeah.
Is that Jessica Fletcher did all of those murders.
Oh, she was the killer each time.
She was the killer. Why do you think she shows up and people start dying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how every show opens up.
So she's really good at framing other people.
Yes, because she's a doddery old lady. No one's going to expect a doddery old lady. Do you know what it is?
What is
it? Because she's like the Dean Koontz.
Wow.
Of her time.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? Where she has written so many fucking books. She's got to knock them out of the park. Like 2 a month.
Mm-hmm. Bestseller after bestseller.
Yeah, I mean, she has to write them faster than people are actually able to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has to keep getting them out. You know what I mean? So she's desperate for actual things to write now. She's written about just about every type of fucking crime possible. So she goes around committing crimes just so she can then write about it. It's like OJ's I didn't kill anybody, but if I did, this is how I do it book.
Right? Yeah. His weird confessional.
Yeah.
Oh, so weird.
Okay, so she goes around, she's like, and everyone knows who she is.
Yeah.
Like, every local sheriff knows who Jessica Fletcher is. Did you ever notice that in the show?
Well, she's a best-selling author.
She shows up, but everyone knows her on a first-name basis. If you met Dean Koontz, you wouldn't go like, "Oh, hi, Dean. How are you? How's the wife?" You'd be like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Koontz. I hear you write books. I've never read a single one. Never plan on doing it because they're all sold at airports." As a general rule, I don't read any novels that are sold primarily at airports. I think that's a bad advertisement. You should probably get onto your agent, Mr. Koontz. That's what you'd say to him. So she turns up in like West St. Paul, and the sheriff is like, "Oh, hi, Jessica. How are you? How are you going on? How's the new book going?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I have an idea for a new book." And then someone is murdered.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and who solves the crime?
Mrs. Potts.
It's not that. It's not like the trained professionals. It's the dodgy old crime writing woman.
And really, you would never. Yeah, no, you're never going to suspect her. You're just not.
No, that's why. Like, if you want to deal drugs, wait until you're 80 years old.
Well,
and you lost both your legs to diabetes.
So yeah. So I'm gonna transition real quick to since we didn't do any story like weird news articles and stuff this week. I'm gonna do one. And it's actually about an old person. Okay. So last year, some dude robbed a bank and allowed himself to get arrested because he wanted to get away from his wife.
Oh my God, this was actually my article.
Oh, was this your article? Yeah, and so
this is what I was going to talk about.
Oh yeah. So he decides that ends up pleading guilty to robbing the bank.
17-year-old Kansas man, Tony Rizzo.
He sounds
No, not Tony Rizzo. What's his fucking name? John Ripple. Lawrence John Ripple.
Sounds like an ice cream flavor.
It does, actually. Although, no, would you want to eat something called John?
Okay, good point. No. But, yeah, this guy, look, I sympathize. I understand where he's coming from. I get it. And apparently he might get like 20 years. So really the rest of his life in jail.
70 years old. It's like, yeah, pretty much. Like he went up to the teller, handed the teller a note. It said, "I have a gun. Give me money."
Yes.
So the teller gives him $2,924,
which is pretty good.
And then it's not bad.
Yeah.
And then he just sits down. So the police come along, and he says that he and his wife had an argument earlier on.
Yeah.
And he, quote, no longer wanted to be in that situation, end quote.
Yeah. And the worst part is, before he even does any of this, he actually writes out the note in front of his wife before just straight up telling her, "I'd rather be in jail than be here with you at home," and goes and commits the robbery. Now,
fucking harsh, right?
Here's the question, though. 70 years old. That's pretty old. I mean, that's fair. That's long in the tooth for a relationship. They've been married probably.
Now, granted, none of us really know. I mean, the vast majority of us don't know when we're going to die.
No.
But I think if you are, like, over 2/3 of the way there, you're old. He's old.
Yeah.
He's like 70.
Yeah. Which brings
and by the looks of him, I mean, he's not the best. He doesn't look like he's in the best of shape.
I mean,
Although he is like a potato farmer or some shit in fucking Kansas.
yeah.
So it could go either way. He could die tomorrow. He could live for another 30 years.
But this is the real question you have to ask yourself. Does divorce not exist in Kansas City,
Well,
Kansas?
they're probably they're probably a religious people in Kansas. The only thing I know about Kansas is that it's somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, God, I was going to say
and
that we're not there
a band.
anymore. It's like, all I know about Kansas
and
is
there's
we're
a
not there
band
anymore.
that is called Kansas.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yes,
that's
there's a
two
band called
things
Kansas.
that I know about.
You got
about
some
Kansas.
facts thrown at you today.
Yeah, I've got some truth bombs.
Some truth bombs.
That
Yeah.
that there's a band called Kansas. Yeah.
But I just like, there's got to be other ways. I mean, even separation. Like, there's got to be a better way than going to jail.
Well,
But
like, I mean, he's 70 years old. He'd probably have to pay alimony
for how long? I mean, seriously.
until he dies.
Yeah, but how long is that?
Long enough.
I guess.
Listen, even if you only have a week,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to spend that week giving money to a woman you hate?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't want to do that. But I think of it this way. He's 70 years old. He's a farmer, I guess. I don't see the farmer part, but
He is in Kansas, so he probably is. Yeah.
maybe, yeah. There's potential, I guess, for him to
I
be a
don't know.
farmer.
Well,
I don't know.
Kansas City.
Kansas-
What Kansas City looks like?
It's
What
very
does it look like?
metropolitan over there. So, I mean, a
Maybe he like
metropolis.
grows herbs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
in his
weed. He's a
garden.
weed farmer. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say weed, but okay.
Sure. It's a metropolis. It's an actual city. Like, it's not like rural, So he could be anything. Who knows? But all I'm saying is, and this is kind of funny because, I mean, you are kind of well taken care of when you are sent to prison. You have you got your 3 meals, you're fed. You have like a gym membership, sort of like, right? Because
And gym memberships they're expensive.
they can be, especially the initial price of a gym membership.
I
Is
mean,
pretty expensive.
there is the chance of violent anal rape,
Okay.
and
He's-
you get that for nothing. I mean, you actually have to pay extra for that if you go to a normal gym.
Exactly. And look, the guy's 7 years old. No one's going to try to get him up the butt.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, the people that get fucked up the butt normally are going to go for this guy because he's 70 years old.
Because he's like a fine wine and it only gets better with
No,
age.
yes, exactly.
Okay. Oh, because he won't fight
Like,
back
they're
because
gonna,
he's an old man.
They got to be like, yeah, take your teeth out, son.
I don't know. Like, he does have the better of the deal. Because now, if the wife is just kind of, she has to take care of whatever she has to take care of all by herself while her husband's in jail for 20 years, she's just going to sit back, relax, read a book, get violently raped anally, and then, like, have a meal.
Die.
Have a meal at the
Mashed
commissary.
potatoes.
Yeah. Have some corned beef and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Mmm.
This was Don Rickles LP. Whatever
Yeah.
it is old people do.
Yeah.
Whoever's popular now. I don't know.
Yeah. And then he'll work with he'll work with, I don't know. He'll clean up the highway or something. I don't know. He'll do something. But I think
I
it'll
don't
be
know.
fun.
He's a bank robber. I don't think they let people like that.
Cleaning highways.
Yeah.
They might
like,
rob the
you know,
trash or something. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, they might do. He might like go up to a bin, say, like, I have a garbage sack. Give me rubbish. Give me trash.
And the other thing, there was only one other article because it was kind of related to prison, and I have to see if I can find it again because I think I lost it. There was a dude who, I forget his name. He's fairly famous too, which is the worst part. Is like he's actually
Robert Downey Jr.
No,
Ethan Hawke.
no. I think he's a politician. I don't remember who he was, but he cornered the market on like chocolate pudding in a prison. Like,
Bernie Madoff.
yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah. He is the guy who was put in jail for fixing the stock market.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that's why that article is funny. Because he is notorious for insider trading.
And now he's cornered the market on Swiss Miss hot chocolate. That's what he is.
It's only a matter of time before someone murders him.
What, for hot chocolate?
Yeah. Dude, it's jail. Contrary to popular belief, they tend to not fuck around. You know, those violent criminals.
Well, first, there's two things I learned from this. A, you apparently have money to spend when you're in jail, because he bought all the Swiss Miss chocolate and is selling it for a profit. He was a rich
guy.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't realize you can.
He's white collar criminal.
But I just didn't realize you can buy stuff while you're in jail. Like, that's weird to me.
Well, like, I mean, it depends on the jail in the U.S. as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you actually do have to pay rent there, you know, and if you can't do that, then you have to work for the jail.
Yeah. I knew the working for the jail part.
Yeah. So, like, you have to buy your own lunch, that sort of shit as well. You have to buy your bed clothes.
I guess if you want the luxuries, you still have to pay for it, you know. Like,
well, I mean, if you want bed sheets, you have to pay for those. You have to pay to get them washed.
Or Swiss Miss hot chocolate.
Yeah, or Swiss Miss hot chocolate. You got to pay for that too.
You know, you can't.
Of course, like, I mean, people. I think, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to get some certain things in once they're checked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can get someone to bring you in a pack of cigarettes, then whatever. I think.
Maybe.
I'm not positive on that, though.
Isn't that a form of currency?
Yes. Yes, they often play cards for cigarettes.
So, apparently, the slogan for Swiss Miss... Do you have Swiss Miss out there in Ireland?
No, we don't.
It's just powder that you can mix with milk.
Yeah, we have a Cadbury's one of that.
Okay. So, the slogan, if I recall correctly, and I'm looking it up right now just to make sure. Yes, okay. So, apparently, their slogan is, you can't say Swiss Miss without a smile. I just did without smiling right now. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it can't be that good, you know, if you can say it without a smile. But apparently,
I mean, like, you could probably take them to court.
Oh, because you lied.
Yeah, they're big old filthy phonies.
Well, I do like. Well, isn't that weird with slogans? Like the Sara Lee slogan is, nobody doesn't like Sara Lee. And that's our...
Yeah, it's the way it's worded. It sounds like it should be a Dougal negative. It should be a Dougal negative.
Damn it, Doug.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah. God damn it, Doug. And do you know what I will regret until the day I'm brought to the forest and have animals gnaw on me?
And fed to the animals, yes. What were you going to regret?
That I have eaten more than one Pringle.
Oh, because you can't just have one.
Yeah.
I thought it was Lay's.
I want to, like, well, no, because, like, before Lay's, we call them Lay's is Walkers. Crisps over here, and they have a different slogan.
Yeah, because for Pringles, it's once you pop, you just can't stop.
Yeah. So I wish I had the forethought, the foresight, to only have one. And then just before I die, you know, I'm going to have, like, the head of Pringles come in and, like, as my final request, you know. I'm 127 years old. Yeah. And it was like, what is it, old man? What can we know that you're the oldest man on earth and you're about to die. We know you requested a meeting with us. What can we do for you, old fella? And I would say, like, I popped and then I stopped. Your marketing didn't work on me.
Dun,
and
dun,
I'm going to die. Yeah.
I'm
going to, like, get nibbled on by a stoat.
Does your TK Red have a slogan?
Yes. Illegal everywhere but Ireland.
Is it really?
No
way. I was going to say. Oh my god.
Although it is actually illegal everywhere but Ireland.
Wait, really?
Yes,
Why?
because the coloring in it.
Wait, I drank that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hold on. Oh, that's an urban myth. Okay, good. I looked it up. I hate you.
You had one of those moments right now, didn't you?
I had a little bit.
Where oh my god, am I gonna die?
I for a second there I was like, oh my god, no. So I had to look it up, but I'm glad that it was. I'm glad to see you have fooled me once again.
Oh, I'm the master ruser.
Oh man. Anyway, someone in this world though isn't a master ruser. As a matter of fact, he's alternative to the alternative fact, I would say.
Words are confusing, sometimes meanings are quaint, so we're setting you straight with Tommy's taint.
That's me.
Critmo, god damn it, how the hell you doing? Tommy reporting in from the Iberian Peninsula. My favorite peninsula on the planet. Sorry about that, Florida. So what's the word for this week? Well, let's listen to what the boys had to say about it, and I'll talk to you on the other side.
Oh, do you want it?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay.
It'd be nice.
Sellotape.
Sellotape. Okay. Sellotape. Now,
You know what tape is?
right.
Did tape come from sellotape?
Mm-hmm.
Was tape before that? What is cello?
Okay, I'm glad we're doing this sellotape because I never heard of sellotape before.
No.
I had never heard of it. Scotch tape, sure. Sellotape, huh? Anyway, tape. Tape goes way, way, way back before Scotch tape or sellotape. Tape goes back to the 1100s. And it meant, let me see here what it meant. Let's just get this from the online etymology dictionary. It meant a narrow strip of cloth used for tying, measuring, etc. It might come from the Old Latin or Old Frisian or Old Middle Low German or who knows what the fuck. The term adhesive tape began to be used in 1885, also sometimes called friction tape. Just incidentally, in case you're interested, tape recorder at first became a term in 1932. The verb to tape something, as to tape record something, was first used in 1950. So anyway, you had tape many, many years ago, adhesive tape in 1885. Now, during the Depression, 1930, I believe it was, a guy working for 3M says, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some cellophane. I'll put some adhesive on it. In strips, and then we'll have this adhesive tape that you can see through. It'll be a cellophane tape.
Oh.
So this guy does this for 3M, and he takes it to some business people. Hey, how'd you like to buy some of this? You think this is a good product? And they said, well, it might be, but there's hardly any adhesive on it. Take this shit back to your Scotch bosses and tell them to put some fucking adhesive on here. Now, what did they mean by that? Your Scotch bosses. Well, Scotch at the time was a type of ethnic slur. To describe someone as Scotch was to describe them as stingy, overly frugal, cheap, etc. Anyway, the term stuck. It became known as Scotch tape, and it took off. It sold like crazy. In 1937, in Great Britain, hey, what do you know? They got to make their own Scotch tape, but they're not going to call it Scotch tape. So they called it, what shall we call it? Well, it's made out of cellophane, so we'll call it sellotape. 1937. And during the war, it was used for sealing ammunition boxes, taping up windows to minimize potential bomb damage, etc. That was sellotape, 1937. Now, sadly, I read in here somewhere, eventually the company that made it was sold to the Germans. But anyway, I think they still have a sellotape factory in Dunstable, Bedfordshire, England. Around about July of each year, apparently, they just start cranking it out like crazy in preparation for Christmas. That's when they sell the fuck out of Scotch tape and sellotape. So there it is, sellotape. Cellophane tape. Cellophane adhesive tape, 1937, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a hand to sellotape. Woo! You want to hear a really embarrassing, kind of funny, just oddball story about Scotch tape?
Yes, please.
I was a strange child. That's why I'm a strange adult. When I was a kid, I don't know how old, grade school, I'm in my bedroom. Apparently I got nothing to fucking do. I'm in there with my door closed. I have access to some Scotch tape, and for some reason I decide, I know what would be a good idea. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this Scotch tape, and I'm going to tape my dick to my belly. That's what I'm going to do. So I take the Scotch tape, and I do just that. I stick the adhesive Scotch tape to the underside of my dick, and then I put the other end of this long strip of tape, like up above my belly button. I tape that all down. There we go. Then I realized, well, this really isn't accomplishing anything. I don't really see what the idea of this was. I'm going to take this back off. Well, oh, brother, let me tell you. This was that invisible tape. When you stick it down, you can't even see it, so you can't see it on like a Christmas gift or something. Well, this shit sticks, let me tell you. I mean, yeah, pulling it off my belly, that wasn't bad. When I got to the underside of my dick, oh, that was not good. Don't ever do that, by the way. Don't ever do that. Yeah, I was a strange child.
No promises.
I was also a terrible Christmas gift giver. I think it was that Christmas I bought a tennis racket for Stevie Wonder. That wasn't the worst one, though. I think that was the same Christmas when I bought a Hasbro Electronic Simon memory game for Helen Keller. All right. Well, you send that hate. Oh, I love the hate. Send it to heydickface@mail.com or to jcuf@mail.com. Don't listen to my show. Whatever you do, don't try to search for it. You don't want that. About it, I guess. You take care, boys. Come back when you can't stay so long. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Ooh.
I like that.
I do. I like that too. Ooh, nice. I like that. Oh, we should all have our own little, like... Is that yours? Is that yours when you leave?
But I do know the
room?
song.
Oh. So say that's Dave when he exits a room.
Yeah, that's literally a recording of it.
So sellotape, an old term, it seems.
Well, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a side question.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Tommy can get back to us on it. But they invented sellotape in, like, what was it, 1923 or 1932?
37 was when
37.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they didn't say. I mean, like, well, cassette tape was invented around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't say taping something until the 1950s.
Oh no, tape recording.
Like, what
something.
did they say before then? Yeah,
because I don't think
but they didn't.
I don't think the capacity to record onto tape, like by civilians.
What are you talking about? Like, what, they just had all this fucking audio tape sitting around?
No, by civilians.
They invented audio tape, and they're like, well, we can't do anything with this.
No. I'm saying like for the average person, they couldn't do it. So when like professionals did it, they probably just said, "Oh, recording," or we're. I mean, it's probably something as simple as just a different terminology for how they put information onto tape. They probably had just a different term for it.
Archiving?
But
maybe just archiving.
Maybe archiving or writing onto tape. I mean, because tape was like the universal recording method for computers, for for everything. I mean, that's how you recorded stuff, was either on cards for computers or on tape.
Before tape, it was magnetic wire.
Right.
Very thin magnetic wire.
So, I mean, yeah. So who knows? I mean, you want that to be the follow-up for next week to tell us? So,
no, but
okay.
it's kind of like, if he can find it out on his travels about the internet, that's, pardon me, I burped.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even feel that one coming up. If he can figure it out, if he just finds it out, then that's fine. That's really great. what they said. Like before, they said, "I'm going to record a thing I'm going to tape something."
Mm-hmm.
Did they just say, "I'm going to record something"? Or what did they say? I don't know. But next word is lollygagging. Don't laugh.
I'm assuming it's a pirate term for like, not for like hanging out. You know, if Netflix existed back in like this, the 6th or 7th, I don't know, when was pirating? 1700s, 1800s? It'd
No,
be
it's been around for a long time.
Netflix and lollygagging. That's what it'd be doing.
Is that what it would be?
Instead of chill, just like, I'm just gonna lollygag over here. Yeah. I can't wait to hear our retrospective next week of how we came up with the word lollygagging. This is what we thought. Pirates. Pirates and and hanging out.
Probably 17th century jazz pirate.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Well, thanks again, Tommy. We have been educated in the best of ways, and we always appreciate it. Lollygagging is the new word for next week, which we're looking forward to, as always. Also something we look forward to, not necessarily as always, just because of the sheer nature of it, but we have a bad music video of the week. Or do we not? I'm assuming we do.
We do, yep.
Okay. What is our bad music video of the week?
Oh, sorry. So we were talking earlier about when you were over here, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, off the air, yeah.
Remember when? Yeah, but whatever. But you enjoyed the weather over here, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, it was the wintertime, so it was nice and cold and rainy every day.
Yeah, but you enjoyed it. You said it was nice.
I do. I like
nice
cold
change.
weather. Yeah. I'm a fan.
What about if it was like that, but even more so?
Even more so? How is that even possible?
Yes. In West St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh God.
So here is a song about West St. Paul.
All right. West St. Paul. Oh, geez. I'm a little afraid of this one, but we're going to go ahead and play. You're not going to give me a title for this one, huh? You're just going to say... Oh, it's just... because it doesn't have... That is... Because that is the title. I don't know much. Don't mind me.
Come on over to West St. Paul. Summer, spring, winter, fall. We've got it all in West St. Paul. Get your permit at City Hall and build a new retaining wall in West St. Paul. In West St. Paul.
Oh my God.
You'll find West St. Paul near the former Dakota village of Kaposia. Today, West St. Paul is south of downtown St. Paul. So don't let that throw ya. Don't let that throw ya. In the parking lot of Signal Hills Mall.
Okay, normally use bad radio to just record laughing, but oh my God. Okay. Okay. So oh, okay. Oh my god. All right. I gotta mute myself for a second here. I oh my god.
Okay.
Again, it's bad. This is bad form. Bad form. We shouldn't just be laughing here, but so my first thought when I saw this was, oh, it's a Saturday Night Live skit, a rejected skit. I mean, it because it has like this housewife looking lady in like a sweater and a vest.
She looks like a real life Peggy Hill.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that sums it up perfectly. She looks like a live action Peggy Hill. She's very passionate about her hometown of West St. Paul.
Yes.
West St. Paul. You can't say it once; you have to say it twice because of the song.
I have to say what twice?
West St. Paul. West St. Paul. This is gonna sound weird. It's kind of a sweet homage to like her I guess her now hometown. It's not really her hometown. It's where she ended up moving.
Yeah, it's where she moved to. She
Yeah.
answered the call of West St. Paul.
Huh?
West St. Paul.
You know how ladies you can't just have one. It's the same thing right
West
here.
St. Paul is the Pringles of cities.
It's the wrinkles of cities. It's
Once you St. Paul, you just can't stall.
you can't stop. It kind of, and
Oh,
I don't.
boy.
It seems like a parody, but it isn't. It isn't a parody. This is a very well-meaning, from the heart love
It's a
letter.
love letter.
Yeah, it's a love letter to the city, and she means it. When she shows the big Kmart and the place where you can have guacamole, and
You can complete all your errands
you can
conveniently.
like lyrically, it's kind of brilliant. Like lyrically, it really, really kind of works.
It's amazing.
Yeah, she's kind of like the suburban rapper. She's able to make words rhyme that really shouldn't rhyme, and she makes it work. And her like in the beginning of the music video, she does like this weird little twinsy like. What is it? Let our powers unite type of thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Type of thing. I mean, I kind of really love this music video.
Yeah, me too. I think this is like my new favorite one.
It's catchy. It's
It's so catchy. Didn't I even say that I was singing this song in my head before we recorded?
You were saying that, that you had this song still in your head. It's very earwormy.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is like it's a bunch of it's winter, despite the fact that she says you can be there at any time of the year. She mentions the affordable housing.
And that's like in this economy. That's important.
Yeah, like she was able to find a house with a nice three-car stall for an affordable price.
You can build a dividing wall.
Right. They're humble and
retaining wall. Sorry, my mistake. Retaining wall.
Yes. Her dancing is very mom-like, like very. I don't know, but it's also very. Again, it's kind of sweet and it's kind of endearing and.
Everything about this woman is endearing.
Yeah.
She smiles all the time. She's wearing a nice sweater vest.
Yeah. I mean, the look, what I am going to mark it off a little bit because yes, even though it shows all of the scenery of West St. Paul.
Thank you very.
Yeah, the kind of green screening is a little, especially if this was actually done in 2008, it's a little amateurish for 2008.
Yeah, it's a little off. You can see quite a bit of the green around her person.
That and like a lot of the effects that they use is very pixelated and not very clean. I mean, I love how now we decide.
Now, I will say I think that the pixelation is due in part to YouTube's 2008 encoding.
Okay, yes, maybe, but they do some.
So I'm not gonna knock points off her for that.
But there are some zoom outs and some that I think could have been better. But you're right, 2008. That was weirdly enough 9 years ago, which kind of freaks me out to say.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like she pops out of a screen sometimes, or she just like zooms out for some weird out of this world reason. I don't get it. She points at a map at one point,
showing you where the location is of West St. Paul.
Yeah, West St. Paul.
West St. Paul.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of in love with this music video. It's not well done, but you know, like we say, what's intent? Lyrically, how is it? It's, you know, the fact that the place we get the one that got me was the tacos, burritos, and guacamole was cool.
So good.
I love that because she got guacamole to I think that was where she rhymed it with conveniently. I think maybe, but but yeah, it's a good advertisement. It's a good love letter to the city. God, I gotta give it. I'm gonna just score it now because you need to watch it. Go find this music video, West St. Paul.
You know, actually, it's gonna be near impossible to find.
Well, the link will be in the show notes.
It's fucking buried, yeah. So go to sinceresarcasm.net if you're listening to this on Libsyn. Go to sinceresarcasm.net, click on the latest episode of Critmo. It should be right up at the fucking top.
Yeah, and the link will also be in the Libsyn. If you go to the actual Libsyn website, the link will be in the show note there. Because I do that every week. I put the link to the song of the bad music video of the week. So if you want to listen to it before you watch or listen to the episode, you can do so.
So we don't always recommend you watch the music video, but I do think that this one is particularly nice.
9 out of 10 times we normally don't recommend watching the music video because you might get some dude in a shower, you know, just standing there in a shower.
Actually washing himself as opposed to looking forlorn.
Exactly. So, but in this case, you won't regret it. If for some reason you're having a bad day, or if for some reason you're just like, you're tired.
If you're thinking of relocating.
Yeah. Or if you're tired of just like the world around you and you just kind of want an escape, go to West St. Paul. West St. Paul. And you'll find you won't find a better place to get your errands done. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much for sure. I'm giving this, an 8 out of 10. I mean,
wow.
Yeah. I really like this video.
I think the only other one that got a score that high, you gave it 10 out of 10 because it was about 12 seconds long.
Oh, yeah, this is a fairly short music video too. It doesn't get a good.
It's like it's just over 2 minutes.
Yeah, but
but it's 2 minutes of joy.
It's 2 minutes of joy. So yeah, and it's not even a negative 8. It's a positive, wholehearted. I give it a positive, feel good 8 out of 10. What about you? What do you want, Dave? What do you want?
Positive 9.
Ooh,
positive
wow.
9. Like I said, it only loses that point because of that little bit of green screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that maybe could have been done a little bit better, but I think that, you know, they were working within their knowledge range.
And I'm gonna do it right now. You can't see me, but I'm doing it. I am clicking the like button.
Oh, you're giving it the thumbs up?
I'm giving it the good old thumbs up. But yeah, it also loses a point for me because they disabled comments. And I love reading the comments of a lot of these videos. And unfortunately, they didn't have enough faith in this video to leave the comments on, which
I imagine that they were probably upset with the negative comments.
which I don't know how.
So rather than have someone diss West St. Paul, West St. Paul, they just disabled the comments altogether. Why you would say anything negative about 3D Peggy Hill or the town that she loves so much?
Yeah.
I is beyond me. Just beyond reproach now.
Now,
no need for that.
Now, should you actually decide to listen to this music video, stop it immediately afterwards. Otherwise, you're going to be subject to a music video called "Minnesota Girls" by.
I like that song.
Oh, you do? I haven't heard it yet, but
it's a parody of some other song that I haven't heard.
Oh, Katy Perry's "California Girls." Okay, sure, I know that song.
Oh, okay, I don't know what that is, but yeah, I like their rendition at least.
All right, well, I'll have to listen to it on my own time because I'm
But
curious.
I like cold climates myself.
Mm-hmm.
I like the imagery of snow that's come up on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
I really like local scenery, sort of local suburban scenery, you know.
And you get that,
yeah. I mean, one of the videos that I liked a lot, and you really didn't, was "I'm Coming Home." That had a lot of that same sort of type.
Sort of, but a lot of it was in that foresty area. A lot of it was there, which.
And this video did have a significant lack of auto-tuning and footage of gravestones.
Yes, that's true. And again, another positive is it's pretty much the definition of wholesome.
Oh, yeah. And that's something that is very, very much lacking these days.
Yes, yeah. Current climate is very not wholesome. Yeah. So we need some wholesomeness in our life, and I think this video definitely will give it to you. So let me know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts, critmo@mail.com, what you thought of this music video, West St. Paul. And again,
West St. Paul.
All right. Well, that's it. That is our show. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Of course, we cannot leave this fine establishment without discussing at least a little bit about a fact from our good friend, Steve Buscemi.
Well, they were originally going to call this town
West St. Buscemi.
Steve.
Oh, West St. Steve. Okay.
Yeah. But he said, listen, not even I, Steve Buscemi, am as great as this area. It has Kmart where you can buy guacamole.
No, it has Pinedas, which you can buy guacamole. The Kmart is for your convenient errand shopping, for getting errands done.
My mistake. So I'll have to decline. I don't want my good name to sully the even greater name of this as yet unnamed area. So they just chose a random name out of a baby book.
Well, remember, they're near downtown St. Paul, and they're like, okay, well, what we're going to call it? We're near St. Paul. What should we just call it?
Yeah, that was just that was basic. That was just convenient.
It was convenient.
It was always going to be West Saint something.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And it was going to be Steve. They just liked the name West Saint.
Yes. Yeah, and it's nice when you say
listen. It's I just tell it as I'm told.
No, look, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So thank you, Steve, for that. You are a humble and generous man, actor, and fireman. So thank you for all that. Wow. There you go. Well, that's it. Thanks, everyone, again for listening. You need to email us, critmo@mail.com, and do what Tommy did by leaving a voicemail of what your grandfather's wise words are. We'd love to hear his wise words.
They had anything to say about burritos?
and guacamole and tacos. That'd be great. You can send
Convenient Kmarts.
You can send that to 347-450-4335, which spells out the word geek at the end. SincereSarcasm.net is where you can find all of what we do, all of what I do, and of course, just completely uncalled for, the show that you shouldn't be listening to, but you really should. They are nice little bite-sized chunks of goodness that will make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, just like West St. Paul. West St. Paul.
West St. Paul.
And also, and lastly, find me on Twitter. I'd love some followers. I'm getting close to that nice, ripe 700 number. You know, there's 700 Club. There's 700 of everything nowadays. So give me 700 followers. And that is at AKA
What?
The Other Guy on Twitter. I'll explain it after the show. And you still don't have any type of social media, right, Dave? You got nothing.
Nope. I'm just flapping in the wind. It's pretty
right.
great.
Flap away, Dave, flap away. And that's it. Thanks for listening.
Flap away, my wayward son.
Yes. We'll talk to you all next week. Bye, everybody.
It's sung by Kansas.
Kansas, yes.
By Kansas, brother.
Did you say canvas? Oh,
I did, yeah.
No. Good way to end the show there, Dave. Good way to end the show.
Yeah. What a pro.
I'm waiting for your line. I'm not going to stop until you say your line.
Is it the C or the K that's starting to Rick?
Fine, I'm stopping it. All right, bye.